Welcome to the 9th part of My Digital Money's Money series. In the last video, we talked about how the US has reigned supreme even after the abolition of the Bretton Woods Agreement. It's all because of circulation. The Bretton Woods Agreement declared the US dollar as the world's reserve currency because we supposedly had the most gold reserve. Since most countries have conducted business using the US dollar for years and years, we became the most circulated and most demanded currency in the world. If that is so, why do we need to invest in other assets? Why can't we just keep our money in the bank? If the world continues to need it, we don't need to worry, right? Wrong. The world's demand for the US dollar is not the only thing to consider. In fact, the world's demand for it, and our careless printing of it, supply the world's demand and contribute to its devaluation. Let us review what we have learned so far. We need things to survive. We used to trade to get these things. I have chicken, you have potato, let's trade. Sometimes we don't have anything the other person needs, so we've come up with this IOU system, a paper that indicates we have something of value. We then carry this around to trade instead of carrying actual goods like a cow or a horse. Eventually it became inconvenient. Okay, if you need a cow and you have a horse and someone across the Pacific Ocean is willing to trade, you and the horse might not make it. So people started carrying around things that are easy to carry but have intrinsic value like gold. Greed then came into the picture. Kings and leaders realized they can confiscate all the gold, create coins with subpar metals, and put their seal on it. Eventually, the metals disappeared altogether, and kings started carrying paper with the king's seal on it. The idea that each certificate issued may be traded for gold of equal value. As mentioned, greed came into the picture because eventually there's only paper. Do you know what that resulted in? Inflation. We have a dollar the world wants and absolutely no obligation to back it up with anything. So we print and print and print money. That means if you're working any kind of job and you get paid in dollars, guess what? You just worked for nothing. If you didn't hear that, let me say that again. If you are working any kind of job or you have a business and you get paid in dollars, you just worked for nothing. That dollar you're holding holds no value. Add to this the disdain of other countries. In the 1960s, French Minister of Finance Valéry Giscard d'Estaing coined a special term for their contempt. The dollar, he said, had an exorbitant privilege. That includes the strength of dollar-backed securities like U.S. Treasury bonds. Many countries, for instance, saved by buying U.S. debt. China holds over $1 trillion of it. The United States also has the privilege of borrowing in its own currency. So if the United States devalues its currency, that means it devalues its debt. There are many reasons we would not want to do this, but that's another video series. So this brings us to this, the need for cryptocurrencies. Watch the next video.